I wanted to share some suggestions with you on how you could be a full-time employee and be a full-time college student to be able to finish your degrees. My name is Ruzanna Hernandez, and within a 4-year time span, I was able to get a second master's degree, a second credential, and also my doctoral degree. And I was doing that while working full-time and having a small business and teaching at the adult school a couple of days for a couple of hours during the week. So as you can imagine, it was hard, but you know what? The adrenaline kept me going during that time. And now that I'm done with that journey, with that educational journey, I'm happy. I have basically achieved my educational goals. I'm set for life. I don't have to go back to school again unless I'm doing continuing education. And so it's a nice feeling. I wanted to share with you some of the things I did that might help you. Now, some of the strategies you might not agree with, I want to tell you right off the bat, but you know what? It worked for me. By the time I was 40, I was done. I had, like I said, my bachelor's, my 2 master's degrees, my doctoral degree, and that helped me move up tremendously in my own profession. And also some of the knowledge that I gained, I was able to use in my small business, in my personal life to live happier. One of the things I had to do was to find a quiet time and place for me to work so I could focus. For me, that was getting up at like 4:15 in the morning when it was quiet everywhere. I would come to this home office that I have, I would turn on the light and I would start working. I would start working on my papers and my assignments and whatnot. If you are a working mom, if you're a working dad, you know what? You have to take some time to put towards your studies. I understand that that means spending less time with the family, but time is finite. There's only so much of it that we have. And so, yes, you might have to take time from the kids to put towards your studies, but think of it this way, it's temporary. Like right now, my family is reaping the rewards of the education, that hours that I put in to get the degrees that I did and get the education and the knowledge that I gained, they and I are reaping the rewards. So yes, there were times when I couldn't spend time with my family as much as I wanted to, but it worked and paid off at the end. So time management is a huge thing. You're not going to be able to go to movies sometimes, you're not going to be able to go to birthday parties sometimes, but it's temporary. Have that mindset that it's just temporary. Another thing you want to do is have a good support system. So people who don't understand and don't support you while you're trying to do your education and working full time, and they keep getting upset with you for not attending every single event that they hold, you know what? That's not very nice of them. They're not supporting you. They're not seeing how the little thing you do now is going to pay off tremendously in the future. So just try to focus on having a support system around you of people who do value what you're doing and who are going to push you and support you. People who are going to say, what can I do for you so you could finish your education? Organization skills are key. And organization skills also means time management, planning skills too. Like it's all interwoven. So you have to have a planner, whether you use an electronic planner like on your phone, on the computer, or a paper planner like me. You have to write everything down because you're going to be so overwhelmed and you don't want to fall behind on assignments and tasks and also other things that happen to you in your home, in your work. You don't want to fall behind on anything. Be very careful about how you spend your time. This means socializing at work, all the time wasted on the little chit chats and stuff may need to stop. The time spent on like scrolling through social media may need to stop for a while, right? The time that's spent on online shopping may need to stop. The focus has to be on your work. Its focus has to be on your education, and if you have a family, your family. Those 3 things are going to have to be your priorities, where your time, attention, and all your scheduling revolves around. Another thing is going to be when you get tired, when you get headaches, when you're getting anxious, you know what? You have to somehow push through that. Like when I would get sick, I would still do my assignments. I would still do my reading. I would still try to go to work as long as I wasn't going to infect anyone else. So yeah, you have to push through that pain because that's what success is. Sometimes we have to push through and work through whether we're going through something mentally, whether we're going through something physically. As much as you can, get help with things. So for example, it's not going to be important to clean the house every day. I'm telling you right now, if you have somebody who can help you with that, or if you could hire someone to help you with that, great. Otherwise, don't worry if your beds don't get made every day. Don't worry if your floors don't get cleaned every day. That is not a priority. If you're going to school full time and working full time, and you have a family, that's what needs to get your attention. Everything else goes on the back burner. Be careful with distractions. There will be distractions, but whatever you do, that experience of being able to manage everything at the same time is going to teach you so much. It's going to teach you perseverance. It's going to teach you self-discipline. And one of the ways is to be able to avoid and limit distractions in your life to stay focused on what's important to you. Don't seek perfection. It's not going to be perfect. Your papers are not going to be perfect. Your home is not going to be in the perfect condition. So perfection has to go out the door. Overthinking and spending more than enough time on something has to go out the door. The big piece of it is self-motivation, which is driven actually by you and only you. So you have to keep motivating yourself by setting small goals and achieving them. This is where the planner comes in. So for example, if you have a paper that's going to be due in 2 days, what you want to do is say, okay, if it's 3 pages long, I will write 1.5 pages today. I will write 1.5 pages tomorrow. As soon as you finish writing, you cross those things off of your schedule and you give yourself a little pep talk. Okay, celebrate yourself. It doesn't mean going out and buying something. A celebration could just mean you telling yourself that you're doing great, that you're still hanging in there. And so celebrate each of these little steps that you accomplish each day, these little action plans, because it's going to help that momentum to keep going, and it's going to help push you. Next thing you know, you're going to graduate and it's going to feel so good. After you graduate, you go, wait, I'm done? Like, I don't have to do this anymore. So I hope you found the information that I'm sharing with you helpful and useful. If you have any other suggestions that you want to share, any questions, please make sure you comment, and I will catch you in the next video.